Can you be bad for me? I got one question for you, and it's all I'm asking. It's all I'm asking.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am Patrice. If you're new to my channel, it'll be great if you hit that subscribe button and just join the family. So today we're going to talk about signs that you are not ready for your lock journey. Before we do get into this video, I am really loving this lippy that I have on right now. It is so beautiful. I've been playing around with reds and like burgundies and browns and stuff like that. So the lippy that I have on right now is actually from a company called GRAFTOBIAN. I've actually used couple other products from them as well, and I love them. So this one here is actually the high definition lip color super palette, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So here's the actual palette. I'm actually wearing the color Savage because I'm a savage, but I love this color though. It's really nice. What I like about this palette is that it has neutral colors, but also, like, you know, it can be bold as well. So this can be an everyday type of palette that you can use for everyday looks or when you're going out. So GRAFTOBIAN is actually known for professional makeup that's long lasting and high quality. So I absolutely love this palette. But enough of me rambling. Let's get into 10 signs you are not ready for your lock journey. Let's go. The first sign is you constantly change up your hairstyle, whether it's every week, every month. You feel the need that you have to change your hair up and you want to change your hair up all the time. I feel like those who are like that are not ready for their lock journey because there's no possible way that you can actually go on in your journey and having to change your hair up every single week or every month. It's just not possible to have a lock journey because you have to go through the process. So in the lock journey, you actually have to be very patient, or even if you're not patient, you have to grow to be patient. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not ready for a lock journey, because the lock journey, you have to be patient. It's like you literally go crazy if you're not patient about the process and everything. The third sign is you are worried about what other people think of you and how you look, your hair, your face, your everything. If you're concerned about other people and their opinions, then you're not ready for a lock journey. It's best that you work on that and actually think of why you feel the need to please others versus yourself. The journey is for your own decision. So you don't want to make a decision based on somebody else's opinion. You want to make it on your opinion, your needs, what you want, and what makes you happy. In this journey, it can be very discouraging, especially if, you know, you're not around people who actually support your decision. And a lot of times people might not support your decision, but if they're actually close to you and they respect you, then they will say, hey, well, she's going to start her lock journey. I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to support her. It's a lot less stressful when you are doing it for you than if you're doing it for other people, because there's always going to be something that no one, like someone's not going to like something, and then you're going to try to fix it. The other person ain't going to like this. So it's like a back and forth thing, and you want to keep your sanity. Do you, boo boo? Like, just do you. Okay. All right, let's go. So the fourth sign you are not ready for your lock journey is if you do not like your hair texture, your natural hair texture that comes out of your scalp. If you don't like that look, if you don't like the pattern of it, then I don't know if you're ready for your lock journey, because this is a natural journey. It might not be loose natural, but you're still natural. It's your natural hair growing from your scalp. And if you're not okay with your natural hair texture, then I think that you should definitely work on loving you entirely. If you just love yourself of what you have and all you have, then you'll just be so much more happy with yourself. You'll be at peace. So loving yourself is not just about, oh, if I can change that, I will love myself more. No, how about if I just accept what I have, I will love myself more. And that's a major thing for us, especially us melanated peoples. We have a issue with loving our kinky hair. So the fifth sign that you might not be ready for locks is if you don't know what you want to do with your hair. You want locks for now, but you don't know if you want locks for sure. Like you're like in between. You're like, I like locks, but then I like my natural hair, but then I want a relaxer, but then I want some braids, but then I want like a weave. And then like, if you're just unsure and you're all over the place, then a lock journey is probably not for you, only because you got to be sure. You have to be like sure about it for you to continue it. Yes, you can start to, you know, do your comb coils or your 2-strand twists, but are you going to let it do its thing, or are you just going to take it out? So you have to be sure, because it's a commitment. And if you're not ready for the commitment, then of course you won't be able to get through the lock journey at all. So the sixth sign, I hate saying that, that's weird. Isn't that weird? The sixth sign, the sixth, okay, I give up. Oh, número seis, seis. You compare yourself to others. This is major too. You don't want to compare yourself to nobody. If you're starting your journey and then you're like, oh, well, how come her hair looks like that and his hair look like that, but then like my hair is like 2 months and it just completely doesn't look the same. Like I see no type of change, but her hair looks like it's almost locked and his hair looks like it's already locked. What am I supposed to be doing? I mean, am I supposed to be putting stuff in my hair so it can lock faster? Like, stop comparing yourself. Don't compare yourself. Your journey is going to be different. Your journey is always going to be different. It's never going to be the same. So that's something that you have to accept. And because your hair is not the exact same as the next person, it's not going to go through the same exact stuff. So for instance, some people, they might not go through an ugly stage. Their hair might lock up in like 2, 3, 4 months, depending on what they do, like depending on what they put in their hair, how they twist their hair. It just all depends. Some people's hair just locks up like that, and some people's hair don't. My advice is, if you compare yourself to others, stop. You're like, oh, but it's not that easy. Stop doing it, because you're always going to feel like you're falling short. Remember that you're unique. You're uniquely made. You're made different. You have different hair texture. You have everything's different about you. The seventh sign you might not be ready for your journey is if you don't want to experience the ugly stage whatsoever. And it's okay not to want to. But I mean, for those who actually are completely against that, I don't want to go through that, no way, my hair cannot look like that, I don't care, like if you're just completely resisting the fact that, you know, your hair will do whatever it wants to do and it will go through the process, if that part of the lock journey you just don't ever want to experience. And I know some people, they get like lock extensions and stuff like that to kind of, you know, prevent or past the ugly stage. You start your journey, it's very important to actually accept the fact that your hair is going to go through a process. And some people, they start their journey and it's like the hardest thing in the world, because they have yet to accept what your hair is going to do. Now, okay, you might be used to your hair just looking nice all the time, 24/7, no frizz, no fuzz, no this, no that. You might be used to that, and you literally have to be open-minded when you start your lock journey, because anything can happen. Your hair can be frizzy, it can be bushy, like it's just a process, and you really have to embrace each and every stage in order to actually fully love your locks, love your journey, love the process. Because if you do not, then that's when you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Like you start doubting your journey, you start doubting everything, and then that's when you might end up taking your locks out. You got to look at it as a big picture. In order for you to actually get to what you want your hair to look like, you have to go through a process, and that process is not always going to be smooth sailing. So you're going to go through some bumps, you're going to go through this, you're going to go through that, but you know what you're going to get when you get all the way over there. And that's what's most important when you're actually starting your journey. You know what's going to happen when you get there, but you have to also be willing to go through the bumps, the hills, the valleys. You have to go through all of that. And it's not like it's something that's forever. It's not like it's a long process. Might be a long process for some if you're not willing. Be willing and be ready. The 8th sign that you are not ready for your journey is if you are not open to change. If you're not open to change certain things about your hair or about yourself or whatever, then it's going to be very difficult for you to actually enjoy your journey. Yes, you can start a journey, but the point of the journey is to actually embrace it, enjoy it, love it, and just be glad that you actually started it and you're in it. So if you're not open to change, then it's going to be very difficult. For example, when you first start out, your hair might seem very flat. It might be very, scanty or like, bald looking. But you also have to remember that you have to be open to that look for a time period. You have to be willing to make it work. So the 9th sign that you might not be ready for your journey is if you feel the need to have your hair uniform, looking good, just perfect all the time. It's very unrealistic to have perfect hair all the time, 24/7, throughout your whole journey, especially when you're first starting out. It's just like unrealistic for you to actually think that your hair is going to look perfect 24/7. There's going to be frizz, there's going to be bushiness, there's going to be hair that's sticking up. It's just going to happen. If you feel like your hair has to be a certain way all the time, it's just not possible in the LOC journey. It's just not. That's just it. Like, it's not. And I'm sorry, you might be mad, but the journey comes with a lot of surprises sometimes, and you might be surprised. It might just frizz up one day and you're like, well, I haven't been dealing with frizz. Like, it's just all about embracing, loving, and just appreciating the journey. The very last sign that you might not be ready for a LOC journey is if you don't know anything about LOCs. And I say that because it's important for you to do your research, to know as much information as possible before you start your journey. When you do research and when you learn stuff about LOCs, then you're able to know what to do, what not to do. And if you're using that knowledge, then you're able to have a happier journey. You're able to get through with your journey. And I do want you guys to keep in mind that if you are not ready for your LOC journey, that is totally fine. Be ready when you're ready. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel already, please subscribe down below. And don't forget to also head over to my website, bespiffybu.com, and subscribe to my newsletter. I would really, really appreciate it. And I will see you in my next video. Be spiffy and be you.
I want you to